Good morning, students. Today our chapter, the same chapter evolution we are dealing with, and our topic is adaptive radiation. You know, this is for class 12th. See, today we will be dealing with adaptive radiation and biological evolution. See, we have studied certain things in my previous lecture. I told you about evidences of evolution. What are the evidences of evolution? How the evolution has taken place? I should repeat one thing. Again, the definition part I am going to repeat. Evolution is actually change of life forms. Change of life forms. And if it is taking in respect to time, it is called as rate of change of life forms. That is rate of change of life forms. Okay, now adaptive radiation was basically, it is a concept given by Charles Darwin. As I have already told you in my previous lecture that Charles Darwin was the person who gave theories in evolution in a ship called HMS Beagle. The name of the ship was HMS Beagle. It sailed from England and reached the South America continent. And Galapagos Island are situated near to the South American island. So Charles Darwin reached there in the Galapagos Island, and he saw certain varieties of birds over there in that particular island. Now he saw that all the birds belonging to the same island but were different in their beaks were of different forms, and they belong to different species. Though all of them living in the same island, they have evolved from the same island itself and we are living in the same island, but they have different in beaks. That is, from the seed eating variety, vegetarian varieties and insectivorous varieties of birds evolved. इसका मतलब ये है कि एक सीड ईटिंग वैरायटी बर्ड जो प्रेजेंट थी, एंसेस्टर थी, उससे दूसरे तरह की बर्ड्स इवॉल्व हुई विथ डिफरेंसेस इन देयर बीक. उनके बीक्स में डिफरेंसेस थे. सम ऑफ दीज बर्ड्स वे इंसेक्टिवोरस, सम वे वेजिटेरियन, यानी अलग अलग तरह की बीक्स भी थी इनमें. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इन केस ऑफ इंसेक्टिवोरस बर्ड्स द बीक्स वे वेरी लॉन्ग इन साइज. In case of vegetarian birds, the beaks were short and stout. So he saw that in the particular island all type of birds are living. They are occupying different habitat and different type of nutrition they are taking. Now, adaptive radiation is a process in which one species evolve to give rise to various different species in the same area consisting of different habitats. That means the area is same, but the habitats in the present geographical area is different. A geographical area can consist of different habitats. So one particular ancestral species, that is seed eating bird, is giving rise to different kinds of birds having different kinds of beaks. For example, those birds which can eat insects, or those birds which depend upon other vegetables, other kind of food, such as including leaves or roots part. So this is called an adaptive radiation. This is actually a kind of divergent evolution. This is said to be divergent evolution. It is an example of divergent evolution in which one particular ancestral species is giving rise to many other species, that is radiating and giving rise to, this is suppose this is suppose species A, it is giving rise to species B, then again species C, then again species D, then again species E. Now see, there are different kind of species, all occupying the same geographical area but consisting of different habitats, and this process in which a particular ancestral species give rise to number of species in a given geographical area consisting of different habitats is called as adaptive radiation. Now another example of, see, these birds are actually called as Darwinian finches. Darwinian finches, Finches. Now another example of this kind of evolution is Australian marsupials. Australian marsupials. In case of Australian marsupials, an ancestral marsupial is giving rise to number of other marsupials. So this is all example of divergent evolution. Now let us talk about convergent evolution in case of adaptive radiation. How the convergent evolution takes place. Now in the same Australia, you know Australia is a country and it is a continent also. In Australian continent, suppose there are two different varieties living in the same geographical area, placental mammals and marsupial mammals. These are two different varieties living in the same geographical area. If adaptive radiation is taking place in both of them, then suppose here in this case, in the case of marsupials, adaptive radiation is taking place. In case of placental mammals, adaptive radiation is taking place. Both present in the same geographical area. It is giving rise to species B, this is giving rise to species C, this is giving rise to species D, this is giving rise to species E. Now in case of placental mammals also, this is giving rise to small a, that is species small a, giving rise to species small b, giving rise to species small c, giving rise to species small d. It may be possible that morphologically the species which have radiated from placental mammal start to resemble species which have radiated from marsupial mammal. For example, small a morphologically starts to resemble, E. Small e starts to resemble capital E. Small e starts to resemble capital E morphologically. That means animal which have evolved from placental mammal, starts to resemble animals which have evolved from marsupial mammal morphologically. ऐसा हो सकता है कि प्लेसेंटल मैमल से जो कई मिलियन साल बाद जो मैमल्स इवॉल्व हुए हों वो देखने में बहुत कुछ मिलने लगे मार्सुपियल मैमल से जो इवॉल्व हुए स्पीशीज हैं, मॉर्फोलॉजिकली उनसे मिलने लगे. सो If they start to resemble each other, this is an example of convergent evolution. This is an example of convergent evolution. इसको हम क्या कहेंगे? Convergent evolution कहेंगे. Convergent evolution. इसको कहेंगे convergent evolution. जैसे कि एक एग्जाम्पल है प्लेसेंटल वुल्फ एंड टेस्मेनियन वुल्फ. टेस्मेनियन वुल्फ, और यू कैन से प्लेसेंटल वुल्फ एंड मार्सुपियल वुल्फ. इसको मार्सुपियल वुल्फ भी कह सकते हैं और इसको कहेंगे प्लेसेंटल वुल्फ. मान लीजिए प्लेसेंटल वुल्फ ई स्पीशीज है और मार्सुपियल वुल्फ कैपिटल ई स्पीशीज है. दोनों एक जैसे दिख रहे हैं देखने में, लेकिन एक ही स्पीशीज नहीं है क्योंकि इनका ओरिजिन अलग अलग है. सो नेचुरली they are two different species. They have evolved from two entirely different ancestral species, but due to similar condition, they are present in the same geographical area, they start to resemble each other. Since they are present in the same geographical area, moreover they may have a same habitat, they start to resemble each other, and this kind of evolution is called as convergent evolution. So in adaptive radiation you can observe both convergent evolution as well as divergent evolution. So this is one of the essence of Darwinian theory. Adaptive radiation can also be called as branching descent. This is the other name, branching descent. This can be called as branching descent also. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Now let us talk about another topic which is called as biological evolution. We will be talking about biological evolution. Now, natural selection is one of the essence of theories of evolution. It is the essence of Darwinian theory, natural selection. Now, natural selection might have started taking place during the initial phase of cell formation. Cell with difference in metabolic activities gave rise to evolution. Since they have differences in their metabolic rates, this has given rise to natural selection. This may have given rise to natural selection. So natural selection might have started at a time when first cells having differences in their metabolic rates have evolved on the earth. Now, evolution is also connected with the evolution is also dependent on life cycle of organisms. Sorry. For example, in case of microorganisms which have very small life and they have their rate of multiplication is very high. In only 1 hour or in few hours they can form millions of individuals. So what happens is, in case of microorganism, let us assume that in a given medium there are number of colonies of microorganism present in a given medium. Number of colonies of microorganisms are growing in a given medium. This is actually called as population. Group of individuals present at a particular habitat, present at a particular place, and these organisms should be similar, identical, present at a particular place is called as population. Now every population has inbuilt variation. Remember what I am saying, it is very important. Every population consists of individuals which may have different variations. That means which have differences in their characters. So naturally, a particular medium may consist of millions of microorganisms, and they may have differences in their characteristics, or you can say variation is already present in that particular population. Let this whole population be A. Some microorganism may have variations in them. Let us call it to be B. Mostly 90% belongs to A category and only 10% belongs to B category, and they are present in the same medium, utilizing the resources of the medium. A is present in more amounts since it is able to derive nutrients, or you can say the efficiency of A is better than that of B, and that is the reason why it is able to derive nutrient in much more amount than B, and that is the reason why it is growing. It is present in more amount as compared to B. Now suppose if you change the medium such that it is suitable for B to grow now in more number as compared to A. The A is, after changing the medium, the A is not able to utilize the resources present in the medium, while B is able to do so more efficiently than before. So what will happen now? The B microorganism will start to grow more as compared to A, and the A will start to die. After some time, what will happen? All the colonies present in this particular dish, or you can say present in this particular nutrient medium, will now be converted into B, and that will not happen in millions of years, that will happen in just months or years. So we can say that evolution is also linked with the life cycle of the organism. For same thing to happen in case of fowl, birds or fishes, it may take millions of years. Now let us talk about something else. Every organism adapts in the environment where it is present. It tries to adapt. Now, adaptation has got a genetic basis. Adaptation is genetic in nature. Adaptation is genetic in nature. Why I am saying this? You must have seen that camels, they are adapted to desert. Even the progeny of the camel, that is the child of the camel, or you can say the offsprings of the camel, will also be able to adapt in the desert environment. So adaptation has got a genetic basis. Adaptation is genetic in nature, that it passes from one generation to another generation. And adaptation depends upon characteristics. Adaptation depends on characteristics. From here we can conclude that even characteristics are genetic in nature. From here we can conclude that even characteristics are genetic in nature, that is, they pass from one generation to the other generation. Now let me tell you certain facts. Evolution is stochastic. That means that it does not have a sense of determination. Evolution does not proceed with a sense of determination. It does not has a fixed goal. Evolution का कोई sense of determination नहीं होता, ना ही उसका कोई fixed goal होता है. Now it all depends that as the environment is changing, it is the chance change in the organism which is favoring it. We human beings are here because as the environment changed, our certain characteristics was better fit in that. In the past, dinosaurs got extinct as you know it. What might have happened? The environment might have changed, and because of the changed environment, they were unlucky because those characteristics were not present in them, and they were not able to survive in that changed environment. So it is just a chance change in environment followed by a chance change in the organism which decides where the evolution of that particular organism will happen or not happen. So evolution का कोई fixed goal नहीं होता, and it should not be equated with progress. Evolution should never be equated with progress. ऐसा नहीं कहना चाहिए कि evolution जो है वो हम लोग बहुत highly evolved हैं, हालांकि CRT बुक्स में भी ऐसा लिखा होता है, but that is actually not very correct. वो layman's words में लिख देते होंगे. Evolution, देखो, for example, Archaebacteria. Let us talk about Archaebacteria. It is a small bacteria belonging to kingdom Monera. It can live in hot sulfur springs, while we as a human beings, so highly evolved, but we cannot live at 110 degrees centigrade in hot sulfur springs as Archaebacteria can live. So there can be different criteria. So we can say that every organism is same. It is only the chance factor how the environment is changing and which organism fits in that particular criteria, fits in that particular change environment and is selected by the nature, and evolution takes place in that particular organism. So that is what I wanted to say. Okay, now let us talk about something else in this. See, before Darwin, a naturalist called Lamarck put use and disuse of organs to prove that evolution is taking place, and he took the example of giraffe's neck. According to him, the giraffe used to forage the leaves of the trees, and as the trees started to grow later in evolution, giraffe has to stretch its neck in order to forage the leaves of the trees. While doing so, generation after generation, the neck of the giraffe got elongated. Now this theory, use and disuse of organs, which is leading to evolution, this theory today we have discarded. Okay, now let us talk about something other than this. Let us talk about natural selection, which was an important component of Darwin's evolution theory. Now, it is believed that Darwin got influenced by Thomas Malthus. He was the person who said something about population, who wrote on population, how populations gets affected. Now, according to him, according to natural selection theory which the Darwin gave, the raw materials in nature are limited. Each population has inbuilt variations in them. Because of these variations, they have different characteristics. Now, in order to acquire this limited resources which is present in the nature, there is a fierce competition between the individuals in order to get food. Those organisms, those individuals in the population which have better characteristics, have the better ability, or you can say better efficiency to acquire the food, and they use this food for improving their reproductive fitness. Those organisms will live more to produce more progeny, and naturally those organisms which are not better fit, which do not have better characteristics so that they can acquire food from the surrounding, they are not able to utilize the food resources present in the environment, so naturally they will perish. So this is the brilliance of Charles Darwin, that he said that in a population variations are already present, and that is found to be true. Okay, thank you children. We have discussed so many things today. Let us not make our lecture very long. I know it affects you. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.